Nearly 5,000 Pennsylvanians are dying every year from drug overdose deaths, according to the most recent CDC data. And health advocates say there's a way to cut down on that number significantly. But a state law makes a potentially life-saving device illegal to use. Matt Maisel explains how legislators in Harrisburg are now involved in today's Fox 43 Capitol Beat.
This is how a fentanyl strip works.
And I just have to take a tiny little piece of this, like a grain of salt size.
Ground up the drug and mix it with some water.
Just enough to get the substance wet.
Then you dip the strip into the mixture.
Let the water soak up.
A couple minutes later,
you can see 2 lines. That second line is still a little faint.
2 lines mean the drug does not contain fentanyl, a highly potent synthetic opioid. CDC data shows fentanyl has been linked to more than 60% of all drug overdose deaths in 2021.
It's a concern for somebody who's just experimenting and just uses a drug one time.
Gail Groves Scott is a drug researcher in Lancaster County. She's also a mother whose son survived an overdose.
They don't have to have a substance use disorder. They may be experimenting with a drug and only use once, and they could die.
Fentanyl strips are viewed as a way to drastically decrease overdoses because people will be able to see if it's laced in whatever they're taking. Except in Pennsylvania, fentanyl strips are illegal.
I mean, you can find them on the internet. Just type, fentanyl test strips, and they pop up, and they're only $1 a piece.
Fentanyl strips are currently considered drug paraphernalia and therefore a crime to carry. Representative Jim Struzzi's bill in the House and Senator Tim Kearney's Senate bill would simply change that.
The intent of this legislation is to keep people alive. No one can recover from addiction if they're dead.
They're going to use drugs anyway. And this is a way to try and keep them alive so that they can get help.
It's what most state legislators call a good government bill, closing a loophole or fixing an issue which everyone agrees on. Kearney's bill took the lead this week, passing unanimously out of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
And those who are using, if they could test it for fentanyl, they may live another day to get treatment.
If eventually signed by Governor Wolf, Pennsylvania would become the 19th state to allow fentanyl testing strips. With your Fox 43 Capitol Beat, I'm Matt Maisel.